What's going on, sports card collectors? It's another day. No NBA games going on tonight, but there is two football games. However, I'm not watching them right now. What I am doing is doing a follow-up to my previous video about let's talk about GMA. This one will be part 2. Why? Because I got enough feedback and interest back, and I think I need to elaborate a little bit more. Plus, I has a surprise ending about a giveaway. I've been talking about it. I haven't done it, following through. I'm excited about it because I have not done a giveaway. I have not done anything like this before. So this is new to me, but hopefully you guys will be excited because I think it's something, number one, it's hard to get or the prices are ridiculous. So I'll talk about that at the end here. So let's do talk about GMA Part 2. Where does GMA stand today? And as I got thinking, I got a lot of great feedback from a lot of you on my previous video, about who cares if an individual buys GMA and they crack it out of case and they send it into PSA. You're absolutely right. There's so many avenues that we could go with this, and I just dropped my pen. And we could dig deeper on this, but let's break this down just a little bit more. I started back collecting sports cards right about when this whole COVID thing started or was starting to take off here in the United States. I hadn't collected cards in a long time, and when I was younger, I previously collected baseball cards. I got into basketball cards. That's what I played. That's what I enjoy. I like the basketball more than the football and the baseball, so I primarily do basketball. So I got into this not knowing anything about grading. I had heard about grading. Matter of fact, I've heard about PSA before they even launched. And when I saw the concept, I'm like, that's ridiculous. Who wants to pay X amount of dollars to get their card put into a slab? But again, I was not collecting at the time. I just saw it, and that was just my opinion. And I see it, and it's still an opinion because not everybody wants their cards graded. They are still the true through and through old school collector. You collect it raw, you put it in a sleeve or you put it in a case, and it stays raw. You sell it raw, you buy it raw, it's all raw, which there's nothing wrong with that. Again, like I've said before, the nice thing about sports card collecting is it's yours. You get to collect it. It's not based on anybody else and what their determination is or what they think it should be. If you want to collect whoever, DeAndre Jordan or Eric Gordon or Austin Rivers, I'm just naming out some people that aren't necessarily your top flight high-end cards, your high-end sellers, but that's who you are a fan of. You have that right to collect it and enjoy collecting those individuals. And that's why, again, I like the sport. I like the collecting, is because you can do that. You have that free will to collect however you want, whoever you want, and whenever you want. So going back to GMA, I got thinking about that is where do they stand today compared to last month, 2 months ago, 3, 4 months ago? And from when I first came in, let's say it was March, beginning of March, maybe the end of March, they were still new to me, but they were still new to a lot of people. There wasn't the GMA group that is on Facebook. I don't believe they had even started yet because I think I had submitted my first 1 or 2 orders, and then all of a sudden I think Kyle created the Facebook page for GMA, and I'm like, yes, please, let's sign up, because for the price and what I got back in return, I was excited because I wasn't paying an arm and 2 legs to go submit my cards to PSA. Now, before we jump on that here for a second, I understand value and everything else, but for me as a collector who wasn't into selling yet, I was collecting, I was all about with best bang for my buck for me as a personal collector. That's where GMA came in. So I would personally say where GMA was 3-4 months ago to when I started here to where they are now, they have gained a lot of momentum, primarily because of this whole pandemic that was going on with PSA shut down and BGS shut down. People were scrambling going, where do I go? We go to SGC, we go to GMA, or they got these other companies that are out there, PGI, 5-star card, whatever it was. So GMA gained the volume. So the price went up from $4 to $5. There might have been an increment in between there. And in turnaround times, I started to see people complain that, well, I didn't get it back in 7 days. Please keep in mind that when they say days, they're usually business days. So if a weekend falls in between there and you get it back on day 9, subtract the 2 days for the weekend and you did get it back in 7 business days. Now I'm getting back an order tomorrow. UPS is delivering it. And I shipped that order out a week ago this past Thursday. I shipped it out, I think, on a Tuesday. They got it on a Thursday. So Thursday to Thursday, there's 7 days, business days. Take out the weekend. My order shipped Friday. Because of the weekend, it will arrive tomorrow. I am perfectly happy with that. I didn't have to wait 30 days. I didn't have to wait 60 days. I didn't have to wait 72. I didn't have to wait 6 months. So please understand, with increased volume is going to be increased time. Let me turn this down. Increased time of cards getting returned, because that's just that many more. When I hear PSA is 1 million cards deep that need to be graded, I question whether or not they're doing a thorough enough job. Because are they doing a rush job to push those through? Do they feel pressured? Do they assign X amount of cards to this person, X amount of cards to this person, and this person's going, hey, I get paid based on volume, and is there a possibility they could be pushing cards through, giving them a 10 that maybe should have been a 9? I don't know. So through and through, GMA has stayed consistent. Has there been some errors on their tag? Absolutely. Is that possible? Yes. Has the other individuals, graders, done that? Yes, they have. So my personal opinion, if you just take a look at where GMA was 2, 3, 4 months ago to where they are now, they have gained momentum. They've gained they've been recognized more on eBay, Mercari, other different platforms, Facebook. So they are getting that recognition. The next thing is grading. One of the big things when I came in is GMA hands out all 10s. I've proved that when I've opened up my orders for GMA, and I've gotten 6s, 6.5s, 7s, 7.5s, 8s. And yes, I have gotten my fair share of 9s, 9.5s, and 10s. Okay. What I have learned is, because I had gotten a bulk order back, majority of them were Kobe Bryant's. And I don't remember who it was, but somebody commented on my video that said, did you take the time to clean your cards? Now, I grew up, you did not grade cards back then, back in the 80s, okay? And grading's still new to me. And I said, clean my cards? What on earth are you talking about? So I, of course, went on eBay and saw PSA Collector, who did a video to show you how to take the time. He's got a magnifying glass, and he's got a chart there to show the corners and the size, if the edges are measured out right. Too much for me, but he did show how with a eyeglass cloth, matter of fact, it's one of these right here, how to actually clean the cards. Now, some cards show fingerprints more than others, like your prisms and your mosaics. Your optics show them, especially the hollows. So that kind of stuck in the back of my head, because I'm like, I don't need to clean the cards. And the individual was like, you probably would have got higher grades if you had spent the time to clean the cards. So grading wise, no, GMA does not hand out all 10s. I have gotten cards as low as 6s. Okay. I did get a 4, but that was a, I don't even remember. It was like a 1979 rookie. I can't even think of it now who it was. So, and I was fine with that. It was an older card. The corners were dinged, but it is encapsulated now, and I'm perfectly fine with that. If you see some of the cards like the Julius Erving, some of those graded cards that are 3 and 4, and what the rates they're going for that. So for me, that was just a personal collection anyways. I talked about turnaround times. Let me touch base back on the low ball. And I say low ball is those individuals that are listing the GMA cards for cheaper prices than what they should be getting or what they could be getting, that are well below a PSA 9. Please understand this. I understand to each is his own. If I buy a card for $2 and I send it off to GMA to get graded, and let's say I'm all invested in, I'm $8 or $9 in on this card, and I choose to turn around and flip that card for $20 when it could probably sell for 70 or $80 depending on who it was, and I'm perfectly fine with that, that is definitely my choice. What I'm actually getting at is there's individuals out there that are getting impatient, so they're actually listing at a lower price, and then you hear them posting in comments and forums how they're selling their cards, but they're not getting close to what a PSA 9 or a PSA 10 is. Those are the individuals that I'm going after, and I'm not doing it to be malicious or anything like that. I'm just saying, be patient. I went 4 or 5 days where all of a sudden my sales dropped off. I mean, zero. And I was doing 7, 8, 9 sales a day, which is not a lot compared to some others, but some others, to others, that was a lot. 7, 8, 9 sales a day. And I went all of a sudden just screeching halt to nothing. Now, please keep in mind, majority of my sales are basketball cards. I do have baseball. I do have some football listed on my eBay store, but primarily basketball. I'm scratching my head going, how do I go from 7, 8, 9 sales a day to zero? Well, then I picked up and I had one day where I had 4 orders. Great, excited, we're back into business again. And then I went another 2 or 3 days with 0 sales. And then I go into today, this morning when I got up, and I shipped out 10 orders. So I can't explain what's going on. And those 10 orders, majority of those were GMA graded cards. So some of them were buy it nows, and some of those I started doing auctions. I'm not a big fan of auctions, especially with individuals out there that try to scam. I like to do the buy it now, require immediate payment, but to each is his own. So I did have a pickup. Going into tomorrow now, I already have 2 sales. They are GMA. That I will have to package up and ship out tomorrow. And I have 13 items that are listed on eBay that are on bids. And I think all 13 of those are GMA graded cards also. So I know things are cooling off because you're down to minimal teams in the playoffs. So with that, things die down. So only your hot players that are playing still are where people are going to be interested. Football's taken off. But I also see this as a unique opportunity, like others have stated, to pick up your gems or your low-hanging fruit, as one individual will say, now to prepare for next season. Some have predicted they think that November, December, the basketball cards will pick back up again. But there's just that uncertainty right now. We don't know. It could die right off, cool right off, and not pick up till January, February. We're not sure. So with that being said, as far as the low balling, as far as listing your cards, those aren't for the individuals. If you're a volume individual, I get it. You don't want to wait 6 months for PSA. But if you can go ahead and get 100 cards graded by GMA and make $20 profit all day long on 100 cards, yeah, I get it. I really do. Especially if that's what it is. This is your business. Maybe this is your only income. For individuals like myself and others, I have a full-time job. This is a side hobby for me, side gig, whatever you want to call it. I collect, I buy, I sell, I collect. Okay, so this has not blown up in the case where I got to sit down and go, oh, all right, do I stay at my full-time job, or am I making enough money now to stay home and do this full-time? I'm not there. Don't know if I'll ever get there. If I do, that would be great. I enjoy it, but I also enjoy my full-time job. Okay. Let's go right on to, I don't want to make this too long tonight. So that's my thing with GMA. Just follow up. Just first ask yourself, where do you think they stand today compared to 1, 2, 3, 4 months ago? They've definitely gained momentum. Grading, they don't do the 10s, but the cleaning, just to come back around on that. I have since then started, as you see my cloth, started to clean my cards before I submit them. Matter of fact, the GMA order that's coming in tomorrow is actually my first order that I've submitted GMA, where I actually wiped the cards down myself before I sent them out. So I'll be curious to see how that goes. 12 cards, I think, are coming back in. So That's where I'm at on that grading there. So I didn't want to knock the person on that. It didn't make sense to me. It does make a whole lot of sense now, especially when I watch videos and a fingerprint smudge on there from me, and they're not going to wipe it off, and it's going to ding me on the grading. So I get that. So giveaway. This is new to me, so I will hopefully not botch this up. But the giveaway, and I will post down all this information in the comments below, is what you need to do is you need to subscribe to my Instagram page, please. It's k.b.sportscards. You need to subscribe to my YouTube page. All of this is free that I've just told you so far. And if you even so desire, I would ask that you would even subscribe to the notifications so that every time I put a video up, you get a notification that I've put it up. That is not a requirement. What I require is for you to subscribe to my Instagram page, subscribe to the YouTube page, and then I want you to comment down below, done. Pretty simple. Now you can share this with your friends. You cannot share this with your friends. What I am doing this is I know a majority of, I think, my subscribers are fans of GMA. So this will be posted on the GMA Facebook page also. And if you want to share this with your friends, so be it. Again, same rules apply, and I'll put it down below. Yes, I know that at the end of the giveaway you could unsubscribe. That's not what I'm looking for. I'm going to help you guys out with this giveaway, and I'll show you what it is in a moment. And I'm asking for you to help me out in return. I think I can bring some decent content, middle of the road, lower level, medium budget collecting. I don't have the thousands of dollars like everybody else. So with that being said, this is the card, or the box, the 2019-20 Panini Illusions Blaster Box. We will be giving away one of these. To start, like I said, this is new to me. This is actually the very box that I will be giving away. One lucky winner will be winning this, and I will be doing the drawing in my next video that I do. And I say next video, I'll be doing a video tomorrow, my GMA order that comes in. But the drawing will be held this Friday, September 18th. And I will do it in a video on that day, either live or it'll be a recorded video with the drawing with the winner. And then I will have that person get a hold of me with their contact information so that I can ship out, again, this nice Panini Illusions Blaster Box. So if you've seen the prices on these, yes, I'm serious. That's what I'm giving away. I just want to show my appreciation for those that have subscribed so far, and anybody that does subscribe from here on out too, of how much I appreciate the feedback, the constructive criticism. What's been nice is to see different opinions, but people don't get in on an arguing rant as much as you can take it, because I know you can interpret people's words as they're typed differently, as if we were talking with each other. So again, I thank everybody that has subscribed. I thank everybody that's going to be subscribing. I appreciate your support. I appreciate all your feedback. I've actually learned from you guys, and hopefully you've learned some from me as well. And hopefully we can continue together down this road in this journey, to continue to learn and to get ideas from each other and feed off each other so that we can enjoy each other's collections as well as our own personal collection and behind closed doors. So with that being said, guys, I'll put the information down below. I appreciate all your time. Don't forget to subscribe. And as always, stay safe, stay healthy, and we'll see you next time. Thanks.